Hi Flosstube, it's Shelly X Stitch. It's Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and I'm sure it's been a while. The cat just jumped on the table. I'm sure it's been a while because I've been on 2 trips since I last, she's up to no good. Since I was last here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I have a few things I did at the end of AB Singo. Here she is. And the Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge group, Facebook group. And so I have a couple of those I'll show. And this is Nexie, who is a Burman. You want to get down now, kitty? You've seen it all? It's very exciting, I know. So I'm pretty sure this was one of the calls because I didn't work very much on them when I called, like when the number was called for them, maybe like 100 stitches or an hour. So this is on Color and Cotton 16 count age paper. And the colors are kind of different for me because these are more fall-like. And I changed this. This is a Vicky Clayton Silk, which is like a silvery gray color. I don't know what color it was, but I mean, it doesn't even show up on here, so it doesn't really matter. It's pretty, it's variegated. So I like it, and it's fun to stitch with. So even though these colors are fall, I think they're very pretty. And of course, the chart is gorgeous because it is GGR. Then when I went on a retreat, which I'll talk about later, I worked on Father Christmas, Prairie Schooler, this one, where he's holding a bag in a tree. And I just picked whatever colors. And so I did about half of it at the retreat, and then I finished it when I got home. This is on PTP, Picture This Plus Ale, also 16 count. There's a Disney, It's a Small World needle minder, because the retreat was in a hotel right by Disneyland. Then I started this one when I got home with kind of an olivey color. And that's what I really liked about this Father Christmas, that they're skinnier than the yearly Santas, so they go faster, but there's also like olive, yellow, blue, different colors. Because I'm waiting for Sherry to come out with the Birds of a Feather, those different colored Santas. Oh, I hope she does that soon. Sherry Colorado cross stitcher, who has the rights to redo the Birds of a Feather patterns. And this one I took with me on vacation, and so I didn't bring the book out with me. It's a little bit of Spring by Blackbird Designs. And this is all the called for colors, or the DMC, or the Fancy Floss. And this is Vellum by Picture This Plus. I think everything's 16 count. And this is the color this is the DMC color. It's like 927 for the Weeks Gray, which I did the bird with Weeks Gray, and then I did this with the blue because I didn't want gray flowers, but I think they're very bright. And also the inside of the windows and the door are supposed to be whatever color, whichever one of those I choose. So I might be ripping this out and making them gray because it's too like in your face, I think. But I'm doing it as charted. I know some people are not doing the house because the original one was slightly different colors and no house. And so a bunch of people on Instagram and in Instagram groups I'm in are working on this. So that's fun. So I pull that out when it's like, work on something you're doing with friends. This was also AB Singo, Pennsylvania Motif Sampler. It's a carriage house. And this is an old one that said it was originally a chart maker's design. So you can probably get it branded as that also. And I have this all done, except for there's this little patch of linen of a different count with a little tree sewn on the corner. So I haven't done that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I did this on a piece of wren. And so that's pretty. I don't know. I made the heart red because I thought, why isn't the heart red? But it kind of sticks out. I don't know. The red is super bright in here. And I chose my own colors on this. So that is Schoolhouse Red, I'm pretty sure. And sometimes like this gold color is supposed to be the same color as that, but you know, I didn't do that. But I love that one. It's almost done. And here's another Kathy Barrick, Riley Harbor. I had just done I think a little bit of the first house. And this is on, is it Fog? No, Tycho, PTP Tycho. And so I outlined the whale and I put in some of the waves. And then I think I did like this much of the houses, and then I put the branches on the tree. I think I'd done this for a challenge. I think this came up a couple times on AB Singo. And this I'm doing with the MPI silk, so it is very nice to work on because they just slide through your fabric. And this is the sampler by the sampler company, Brenda Keys, and they are, she doesn't have the name on here. It's something like Small Samplers. I think they're all biblical stories like the Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark. These are the, what is this called? This is always called this. It's like the Canaan, I don't know what they are, the wine bearers. But you see this motif on samplers a lot with two people carrying some grapes in between them. And then that one is, I do not know. I don't have my glasses on. So I'm like, it could either be the Three Kings or it could be some Santa Lucia kind of things, or Lucia, or however you say it. Anyway, this is on Sand Dollar by Bestitch Me. So it's kind of a grayish, bluish. Looks like it stopped in the middle of this. So this is the Noah's Ark one. And that was going very quick. And this, I think this might have gotten 2 calls too, because I hardly had any of this done. I think I might have had like the top line of letters done. And so this is the roof of the ark. And then my needle is like making a stitch. So I must have urgently been called away in the middle of that one. And this was from the spring 2022 PNPS, and it's called Antique Linen Labels, and it's by Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. And I do not have a photo of it, but I finished it. Oh, this is not on PTP or even Ada. This is on Newport Linen. I don't know what it is. It's probably 28 count. I'm not sure. So I think this is I ran out of the color I had, like blue coat. It's supposed to be blue coat red, but then some of it is a little bit different color. And so I'm going to make it into a needle book. And I think that's why I did it. I did it on linen. But yay, I had a finish. And then I had another finish, and I'm not sure if this was part of AB Singo or not. I finished Backyard Birds by Lottie Da, and this is an old pattern, 2003. And this is charted in like about half and half DMC and Fancy Floss, like 5 of each. And I changed some of them. And this is on Not Another Sampler color by Bestitch Me, 16 count. And look how little it is. It's so small. But this is always such an awkward size to me because like it's too big for a pincushion. I don't know what it is. It's too big. It's kind of too small to frame. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it on a project bag. I liked doing all the birds. I did the birds different colors. The trees were really blue. Like the photo did not show it very well. I think the trees in this that go all the way around that are so light are supposed to be green pasture, but they look light blue. So I don't know. I changed the color. And the flowers are outlined in like a white you can't see. So this was not one of my finer color choices, but at least it was small, so I just kept going, and now it's done. And so I went to Hawaii with my husband and my daughter, her husband, and our 2 grandsons who are 8 months old and 3.5. And the kids were great. It was way better than I thought it would be. I thought I would be so exhausted when I got back, but I was not, which is good because then the next day I went to the retreat. So I bought some needle minders. We stayed at the Alani, which is a Disney hotel. So Mickey and Minnie on the beach, Christmas ones. This is Olu, and Duffy is Mickey's teddy bear. And I'm not sure the name of the sand, like the snowman made out of sand. But Olumel is a turtle. We have a lot of stuffed things of that. And I think originally these stuffed animals started maybe in Tokyo, but they had the stuffed animals there. I think they sell them everywhere now. And this was Lazy River, which we went on all the time. It says totally tubular, so I had to get that. And then I got a Mickey Pride Olani. And then I got another one with Duffy and Shelly Mae at, this is like the shape of the hotel. It's kind of in the shape of A's. And then I guess they're just by the beach. And then I didn't buy this there, but I had bought some Stitch little adorables to take to the retreat if anyone wanted those, but not really. People didn't really want want those? Surprise. And then I also bought some, and these were called stickers. Coco Nene, I don't know if that's the name of the store or what, but they're wood, and then you peel off the back, but I thought, oh, I can use them for needle minders. So I got a pineapple and a kitty. So I need to make all those into needle minders. And then I bought, oh, let me show you this. This is in a bag because I'm mailing it to a friend. Not in the mail yet. So I got two of these like keychain Hello Kitties that are tan. I'm not even sure if this is the right one that she wanted, but, and this is my Melody. So they're both Sanrio characters. And then she wanted this shirt. I also got this shirt for myself. It's like a rainbow Hello Kitty 50th anniversary. So I wore mine when I was there. Because of course we had to walk over to the ABC store because it was open at 6 in the morning. And of course we were awake because the time change when we got there was 3 hours. 3 hours earlier. But luckily while we were there, the rest of the US that changed back, fell back, but Hawaii doesn't change. So then we were only 2 hours different when we came home. So that was lucky. I also made these into needle minders before we left. We'd gone to Vegas, so I got, I don't know if I showed this. It says I'm a bag half full kind of person, which cracks me up because usually at retreats, I'm sitting there with a bag of peanut M&Ms. Wendy's has dollar drinks. And then my friend Cheryl, yes, the Cheryl, CHEPOR on Instagram. She gave me a Cheshire Cat pin. And so I bought a Dremel and put a magnet on them, on both of these. Because she had gone to Disneyland. And let's see what else. At the retreat, I made some bags. So I made this one. And then we got some different swag people gave us. So I don't remember who gave me what, but this is really cute. It's like a Mickey key and it says 2024. And so I bought this. This is all Duffy and his friends, and it's a lanyard, but did I ever put my scissors on it? No, I did not. And oh, Elena, I meant to look up Elena's shop. It's like So Something. I'll have to link her. She has a Flosstube and she also has an online shop. So I bought some thread from her shop. She had weeks. And she had some gentle art, and she also had some cottage garden, so I bought these. And I think I bought this from her too. It's part of that series, Country Cottage Ornaments Pastel Collection, so it had a tree. And my stepmom decorates one of her mantles with Christmas trees, like small Christmas trees, and then the other was Santas, and you'll see some Santas too as I go on. Oh, I also got this at the retreat. This was part of the swag bag. They had like the cast member name tags, but they had them made out of wood. Like, I think it's a needle runs through it that does these, like for frosted pumpkin. Here's my other pile of stuff from the retreat. And so this was part of the retreat too. I got a lot of princesses' names because they asked you your favorite princess. And so I had said Mulan. Oh, here comes Maggie. Can't be left out. Ooh. Sorry, it's so shaky. Maggie, what do you think? She's purring, so she's happy. So we also got a piece of Live and Die LA fabric, and see, and that floss right there. And then we got a chart for, I guess Mickey is on the side of the Ferris wheel, and it looks like he's bursting out of paper. Like, you know when people run through paper, so there's like a burst. I could be totally wrong what it is. It could be a starburst. I don't know. Anyway, there's a burst around him. So we got a pattern for that, and that's what the floss in there is for too. I went with Kim and Cheryl, the Cheryl I had mentioned beforehand, and Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim. So I got this from Kim, and S for Shelly. I totally thought I'd put this on my floss already. And then a little thing to sew, to stitch your name and make a teeny tiny little something. And then Cheryl, this was from Cheryl. This is the bag, this is the small bag from the Fat Quarter Shop. And then she gave us oval ones, so I can stitch two little things that will be so cute. And I'm not going to know. This was from Kimberly, I think. We were sitting with the Menifee Stitchers at our table, so that's Kim's in person, not Kim's group, but the group that Kim goes to in Menifee, and also Stitchin' with Sandy, who wasn't there. Hi, Sandy. And so Kimberly gave us this full of snacks, and then PJ gave us these, which are phone stands. So that was super handy. You could just have your phone sitting there, and then they fold up flat-ish, almost flat. And then these were from Kimberly also. And these are from Cheryl, which say, throw kindness around like confetti. So they're floss drops. I just kept picking them up. I think I picked up 4 of them because I needed a floss drop. I'm like, where are they? And she still had some out, so I took yet another one. And this is from Deb. Thanks, Deb Dickens. So Deb and Tara, the 805 Stitcher, were both there from my my group that I go to in person for SoCal Stitchers. And hopefully we're going to meet up again Saturday. Okay, so this, I know Gina and Melissa gave out stuff. I think this is from Gina. These are scissors, which is really cool. Like you take off the tip protector, there we go. And then your kitty paws turn into scissors. So these were also table gifts. And then Debbie dropped this off. I'm in Sandy's Zoom with Debbie, and she is Glitter Dove Fairy. And so it was When You Wish Upon a Stitch was the name of the retreat. So she gave us this coaster and then also a sticker. So it was all themey of Maleficent. I really admire people that can do themes. Oh, and this was also from Kim, which is one of Misty Luminous Fiber Arts. It's a card you can send. So that is really cool. And then I picked up some Ada off the freebie table to dye. And then I picked up a couple of charts, La-Di-Da Virtue off the freebie table, and also Gettysburg by Chessie and Me, and this Hands-On Design Wreath House. And then I also got some, I don't have a picture of this. Oh yeah, I do. These are some of the kings from a nativity that you do. One of these days I'm going to do a nativity that my grandkids can throw around and not break. I also bought some Live and Dye fabric, and I was just so happy to see fabric in person, but this is like 50% more expensive than PTP off of 123 Stitch. So I was glad to see the colors in real life, so I didn't buy something I didn't want. But it's really a bummer not having an L&S, is all I can say. And then that is it from the swag and stuff. And this is kind of plans. This is really going to happen because this is Gem, Stitch and Gem, Jem, on Flosstube. She is having a birthday stitch starting today, so I need to get this started. I want to do this like stitching thing, row, it'd be called row, and make it into a drum. So I bought this so I could join her on her birthday, so I better get to it today. And I'm doing it on a piece of, it looks like, I think it's Be Stitch Me. Nope, it's Live and Dye LA Oatmeal that I bought last year. I do like their fabric. It's a little less floppy than PTP. I think it's kind of comparable. It might be a little bit softer than Be Stitch Me, but it's very nice. And then, you know how they used to do the Black November sampler? You would stitch a black sampler. So I bought these recently. Yeah, I don't think I've shown these. They're JBW sampler collection. So that's sampler collection 2, and this is a collection, excuse me, of antique samplers. So I think this was one. So they're just, I kind of call them nothing samplers. They're just mostly alphabets, and they might have a motif on them. But I have some Vicki Clayton, like, Abby, what's it called? It's like a bigger bobbin of the floss is about that big. And so I'm gonna do that, one of those in black, I think, pretty soon here. And then I found I had this, which I think I borrowed. I want to get going on this. Maybe, well, I did finish those couple of small samplers, so maybe I can start this because I thought I need to finish something before I start this. So I'm gonna start that one of these days. And then my stepmom liked these, but these are not, this is not the one she pointed out that she liked. So, but I have 4 of these now. She liked the bear one, so it's somewhere in my house. So I thought I would do a little, like 4 of them together. Like, you know, not for this Christmas because there's no way. And then I had bought this, I think last year. I think this is so cute. So one of these days I'm gonna do this. So I might start this too. I kind of feel like Christmas stitching. My stepmom also picked out this that she liked. So I might make that one. And I picked out this one to make for her because she has a yellow lab. So I'm gonna make that dog look more like a yellow lab. And I think she'll really like it. And those are easy to FFO, thank goodness. So I got this from Sherry, so I need to get going on this. And I really want to start this. You know, I should be saying what these things are because I always hate it when people go, oh, who's that by? What was that? So this was a Mill Hill kit. And also, this is also Mill Hill, but it's Jim Shore. And then Christmas Parade is by Cottage Garden Samplings. And then these were all Little House Needleworks. They're Log Cabin series, Log Cabin Fox, Log Cabin Bunnies, and Log Cabin Squirrel. Look, Dawn, there's a squirrel. Frosty X Stitch here on YouTube and also Instagram. And I said, did I say these are JBW? I got these off 123 Stitch, and this is a hats, Hands Across the Sea samplers. Okay, Birds of a Feather that Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitcher has recharted and has the rights to sell. And Santa's House is again by Cottage Garden Samplings. I bought this. I really want to start this. Somebody else was talking about starting this. So if you're starting this, tell me, because I'm going to start it one of these days. And I just bought this recently too when I bought those JBW. It's by Hands On Design, and it's a little tiered tray with deer at the bottom. Is it called deer tier? And then when I started those skinny Santas, I also pulled out this St. Nicholas because these are like half Santas, so these are also faster by Prairie Schooler. And I like a lot of the motifs on these. Like there's a Noah's Ark, and there's a trumpet, and there's fishing. Like there's a lot of meaningful things like for people in my family, so I could make some of those. I have a bunch of ornaments to FFO. That's also on my list of things to do. I really want to start this. This is the second like multiplication. I'm not even sure if the other one was multiplication or addition. This is multiplication. Table by Kathy Barrick that I have bought. And so I'm going to start this one of these days. When I get sick of Christmas, this is getting started. And then here's some more Skinny Santas by Prairie Schooler, because they go a lot faster than the yearly Santas. So, and this has been reprinted by Hoffman. So this is easily, and the other one is too, the other two are easily available too. And then this one is I Stitch Designs. I got this at the attic when I went last January. And it's called So Grande. And Maggie. At least she's purring. So I'm thinking of doing this maybe for a blessing sampler because it's so small, or maybe one of those JBW ones because they are so small. Because alphabets go fast, right? Okay, I think that's it. I've also been doing a little bit of knitting, but I don't have any to show you because I gave them away. I made little frogs by Mochi Mochi Land is the pattern. And then I also did one Wooble, and I bought this one. I did the little tiny lion, and I bought the I almost said dragon, the dinosaur. And I took this to Hawaii, and I had it in the airport on the way home because I found it in my suitcase because I had forgotten about it. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, the plane doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the videos. So I was trying to like screen record the videos playing. Yeah, I didn't get much done. So, but I do recommend those Woobles because I don't know how to crochet, but the yarn does not split because it's a knit yarn, so it's kind of like a t-shirt around a tube. A tube of t-shirt fabric around some kind of filler. Maybe it's probably yarn. So it doesn't, your crochet hook doesn't split the yarn. So it makes it easier. So we had a good time in Hawaii, and my husband and I went one day up to the North Shore and saw the big waves. I know, Kitty. And but most of the time we went to the beach a couple of times and did drip sandcastles, which is a favorite memory of mine from when I was a kid. So I did that with my the 3.5-year-old, and we also went down. They have a water slide that you go down on the tubes. Also, they're like double inner tubes or single inner tubes you can go on. So that was really fun. We ate out a lot, and a couple times family members would be like, "Yeah, you ordered wrong again," because sometimes I picked the worst things. I picked this dip that was mostly cream cheese, but hot. It was so gross. Ooh. And so if you're somewhere with me, don't follow what I'm ordering. And then, so for the retreat, Cheryl and I drove down. The Cheryl. She likes to be the Cheryl. I am the Cheryl. So, because she's all, the one that Shelly talks about on our videos. I'm like, most people don't watch my videos, so they're not even going to know what you're talking about. But anyway, so Cheryl and I drove. She drove down. She picked me up. We drove down to my stepmom's house, which is about probably less than 15 minutes away from Disneyland. And Kim met us there. And then Cheryl drove us to the hotel in the mornings. And we stitched and talked to people. And I even forced myself to walk around the room and find out what everybody was stitching. And I ran out of gas. I couldn't even make it through everybody. It was like 100 people. Put on by the Cross Stitch Society. It was called When You Wish Upon a Stitch. And it was very nice in there. And we played some games, and we won a scavenger hunt. Like your team had to take pictures of different things, like a table mat. We had to sing a Disney song and record ourselves and upload it. And just different items we had to take pictures of and upload them onto the Facebook group. So that was fun. And it was a little challenging going out to eat because since we weren't staying at the hotel, we didn't have In-N-Out privileges in the garage, which I'd never heard of before. So I was very shocked to have that happen. And if you've been on a Zoom with me, you've probably heard me complain about that. So I'm done now. And then it was just fun. You know how retreats are if you can go. It's nice to sit around with people and stitch and chat all day. So I think that's all that's been going on. I'm sure I missed a bunch of projects because I know some, between AB Singo and then when I went away on vacation, I did stitching, but don't know what I stitched on. I think I stitched on something a lot. You know what I think I stitched on? I stitched on like a Halloween, one of those Crochete a Go-Go Halloween City, that big one. And then there's also a big one for Christmas that has a big snowman. So I did some on that. See, I did do other stuff, which is no surprise because every single time I come on here, I forget stuff. So before Nexie comes back here, she's lying what I'm doing. So I hope you are all stitching something fantastic. Tell me what you're working on. Not even like, it didn't have to be like what you're working on while you're listening to this, but just anything you're enjoying or planning to do or stitching along with someone or, just anything interesting. I'd like to have it be like back and forth instead of me just talking to my phone. So thanks for watching. Happy stitching.